Welcome back to Tarot by the Bay. I'm David. It is May 28th, Sunday. Okay, so Joe Biden and Kevin McCarthy seem to have hammered out a tentative agreement on the debt ceiling, which is going to be interesting because just because McCarthy has a deal doesn't necessarily mean he can convince the Republicans to back it. Quick PSA, this is not a MAGA-friendly channel. So if you are a big fan of Donald Trump and you think that the GOP should own the libs and you like drinking the tears of libs, this isn't the channel for you. Move on. Okay, so with the debt ceiling, I have got a little article opened up over here. They're trying to cap non-defense spending in fiscal year 2024 and limit it to a 1% increase in fiscal year 2025. I'm not sure how that works because this is a debt ceiling. It's not the budget. The budget's a different beast, and the spending happens in the budget, not in the debt ceiling. So I don't know what that gets anybody. They protected veterans' health care. They're requiring able-bodied people between ages of 18 and 49 to work 20 hours a week if they want to qualify for food stamps. It expands access to food stamps for homeless people and such things like that. They managed a small cut in the funding for the Internal Revenue Service. Not the $80 billion the Republicans were looking for, but it's more like $2 billion. And they want students to... the pause in student loan debt repayment to begin, but Biden's $20,000 student loan payback or buyout for certain qualifying students is still valid. It's in front of the Supreme Court. And they didn't get anything from the Inflation Reduction Act with regards to climate change things. So I can't see the MAGA Republicans being really thrilled with this plan. So my first question is McCarthy, how's McCarthy gonna sell this to the Republicans? How is this gonna go? For entertainment purposes only. How is this going to go selling it to the Republicans? Well, we're going to find out. He's coming forward with the offer, and that's going to be crossed with the Hanged Man. Oh, no. Okay. First off, two major Arcana cards. In previous readings I've done with Kevin McCarthy, I said he was going to lose the speakership somewhere between the debt ceiling being raised and the budget being passed. That's when I see it. And what I see here is, as he comes forward with this information, he's going to be the sacrifice. They're going to sacrifice him. So, okay, that's what I'm getting here, is that the MAGA people are not going to be happy, and they're going to ask for his head on a platter. In the past, he's been held hostage by the radical right, by the neo-Christian fascists, MAGA people in the party. Again, if you're MAGA and you're watching this and you're getting all aggro, I warned you. But that's what you are, too. Current situation. Well, he's got his budget. He's got his debt ceiling deal, and he's gonna present it. This is also representative of his House speakership, because as this presentation goes, so goes his House speakership role. Overarching energy. Bye-bye. This is a new journey for him, and it's going to be right off the cliff. I mean, I could be wrong. I suppose that the Republicans could really embrace this as really owning the libs. But, no. No. Mind you, also, this is kind of taking care of the United States by not going into default. Because going into default would have been a bad idea. Would have been a very bad idea going into default. Okay. Overarching energy is the star, the calm after the storm. Okay, so I think the Republicans will back this deal. I get the feeling they will back this deal. The MAGA crowd are not going to back it. But I think that enough Republicans will back it. And if the Democrats back it too, it'll get passed and we'll put this behind us. The outcome, though, some people are going to be left out in the cold. Thankfully, it doesn't appear to be the majority of the U.S., but I suspect the MAGA folks feel like that they've been abandoned. And since it only takes one of them to cast a vote, McCarthy is now in trouble. Yeah, okay, so, and the chariot steams on. So again, this was the three signifying cards. We have the Hermit crossed with the Hanged Man, and underneath is the Chariot. So he's going forward with this. The MAGA crowd aren't going to be happy, and they're going to be out for blood. And this is just the way it's going to be. And it might be crazy town coming up in the House pretty soon here. Again, McCarthy has felt trapped. He's held hostage by the extreme right-wing fascist MAGA people. He's got his budget proposal. It's going to be like his first and his last as he walks right off the cliff. It will get passed, but the MAGA folks are going to feel out in the cold, and they're going to take McCarthy with them. That's my supposition here. So we put these cards back in here, and I'm going to ask, how are the MAGA supporters, the Matt Getzes and Marjorie Taylor Greens of this world, how are they going to react to this? Are they just going to say it's a total victory? Because that's like the typical MAGA thing, is to lose on something and then claim it as a total victory, right? That's through and through. They've done that so many times. Or are they going to feel betrayed? Because they barely got anything that they wanted out of this. Now, mind you, this should have been a clean debt ceiling increase like every other one has been. So already they've broken the norm. So in some ways, they're victorious because they got some concessions when you shouldn't be getting any concessions with a really weak House, no less. So they should be thrilled. They won't be, but they should be. Okay, so how are the MAGA Republicans going to react to this? How are the Marjorie Taylor Greens and the Matt Getzes of the world? What are they thinking about this? Justice. Do they feel like they've got justice, or are they coming for justice? Okay. They are coming for justice. They don't have a real grip on reality. They don't really understand what should be good and what's not good. They want it all. They wanted it all. Both the good and the bad. They didn't care. They wanted it all. And we got the Nine of Cups. You've got the deal from the established Republicans, like, hey, got this great deal for you here. And they're like, but that's not what we wanted. We wanted more. Yes, but it's really good. So what do we end up with? We end up with Joe Biden. Here's your Joe Biden card coming for the win here. So again, justice. Now, interesting. Okay, so this didn't tell me. I don't think this told me how the MAGA people are going to go about. This is answering a different question. What this is actually answering is, will this get approved? That's what's happening here. Because here's your justice card. This is actually, it's going to go through. The deal's been made. Both sides agree with it. One extreme is crazy, and they want the sun and the moon and the stars, and the other side's going to support Joe Biden. So the MAGA Republicans are not going to vote for it. The Biden Democrats will, and I think enough Republicans will vote for it. Yeah, McCarthy will get the votes. He's going to manifest the votes. It's funny because the next card on the deck is, what happens next is somebody's out in the cold, and I think it's going to be McCarthy. So, okay, now back to this reading. Thank you. First off, thank you, Spirit, for clarifying that. I do appreciate it. Number two, this happens, and I think I just heard Lena talk about this recently too. Spirit has this way of answering a question that I didn't ask. Like, I know what question you asked, but there's more information. Here's a question you should have asked, or here's some more information on the question you didn't ask yet. And that happens. And I roll with it, which is why, I'm going down my path. I'm all happy. And then I look at the cards like, wait a minute. No, this is telling me something else. So forgive me if it seems like I'm audibling right in the middle of that reading, but that's exactly what I'm doing when I realize that where I think I'm going with it is incorrect and what they're trying to tell me is correct. Okay, so Spirit, I just for clarification's sake, are the MAGA Republicans going to be upset with this, and are they going to be unhappy with McCarthy because of this deal? Okay, one last time through. Yep, okay, here we go. How are the Republican MAGA crowd going to do? Jeez. They feel like they've been left out in the cold. Oh, they're not happy. And now they're going to evaluate. Yep, we're going to evaluate Kevin McCarthy now. They're going to evaluate their positions, their political positions. They feel like they've been quiet. You know what this is? They've been giving McCarthy a chance. We've taken a step back. We voted you in. And we've been watching, and we've been waiting, and we've been evaluating, and that is in the past. What's the current situation? You backstabbing SOB. You betrayed us. You tossed us out in the cold and left us with nothing. We're plotting against you. We're coming after you, pal. We waited. We were patient. We gave you time, and you stabbed us in the back. Oh, you thought you were the hostage, huh? Yeah, you're a hostage, all right. And I think they're getting ready to execute the hostages here. Oh dear. Yep. Okay, now they're going to start talking to their friends. This is going to be going on Fox News, OAN, these other things, and they're going to start the smear campaign on Kevin McCarthy. This could be McCarthy trying to reach out to them, trying to make peace with them, but expect they're also going to go for the sound bites. The girls will be fighting, as a favorite TikTok nurse of mine says, from the House of Petty, if anyone's familiar. Yeah, the girls will be fighting on this one. McCarthy's going to reach out and try and sell this as a good thing in the American public, and the MAGA Republicans are going to not be happy, and they will be against him. And the outcome is the Seven of Swords. Okay, so I think McCarthy thinks he's going to get away with this one. I think McCarthy thinks he's going to get away with this one, and I think the MAGA Republicans are going to feel like he's stealing from them. And underneath it all is the Wheel of Fortune. This is the path that he is on and the path that they are on. They can maybe talk about it. You've got this part right here. They could talk about it and try and come to an agreement. But right now, that's not where they're going with it. What's kind of the longer term thing? Donald Trump. Donald Trump's going to play a big part in this. So, eyes on Donald Trump. Does he support what McCarthy did? Or is he against what McCarthy did? And you're going to watch how everything unfolds from that part on. So, again, I'm still sticking with my original readings from a couple months ago. I think McCarthy is on borrowed time at this point. And we will see what happens with that. Okay, so thank you everyone for watching this video. Do all the YouTubey things. Subscribe, like, share, comment, and all that. And I hope you have a great Memorial Day weekend. And I'll catch you on the next reading. Take care. Bye-bye.